Hi, my name is Daphne, and you are watching a video that's part of a series where I break down how you can organize your digital life. And in this video, I want to talk about organizing a specific type of digital data that a lot of people tend to forget or neglect, just like me. I was like that too. And of course, I'm talking about your offline files. So, as much as it's very important to organize your online space, your files on the cloud, because that's most likely what you use to work on projects or in your office or whatever freelance work you're doing if you're on that side, or even if you're a blogger, like a lot of things are kept online. But then there's a lot of files that we end up downloading or saving somewhere on our desktop, and we just forget about it. And at the end of the day, everything offline becomes a mess, a total mess. So I'm just gonna break down what I do to organize my offline files, and I hope that this helps you to get to organizing your offline files as well. So the first thing I'm going to talk about are the easiest types of files, which are photos. So I actually only have my phone as my camera, so all my photos are stored in my phone. But what I do is I actually have an Android, so I have Google Photos. So I'm sure that if you're an Apple user, you also have the alternative. But basically, I use Google Photos, which is a cloud um, that automatically backs up my photos and videos on it. There's no limit in terms of size that I've noticed so far, because I've been backing up my photos and videos for several years now on the same account, and it backs up without me noticing, so it's automatic, so I don't have to worry about it, and the job gets done. The great thing about setting up automatic backup for your photos and videos on a cloud is that you can access them on other devices, on your PC or your tablet afterwards. So in case you lose your phone, you don't lose your files. And generally, I like the way that Google Photos stores my photos, which is chronologically, because most of the time I focus on the date to look for something. But I'm sure that if you want to have albums or specific categories, you can do that on any type of cloud. Now, let's talk about the other files. You know, I will call it project files because most of these are like documents, Excel sheets, and whatnot, or screenshots, things that are a bit more project related. And what I do for these offline files, which are mostly in my computer, I divide it per project. So on my Windows File Explorer, yes, so disclaimer, I have Windows and Android. So if you use Apple, just take it as the alternative of whatever I say. So on my Windows File Explorer, I have very few folders apart from the basic pictures, videos, documents, downloads that I don't think we can actually delete. But other than that, I have one additional folder which is called projects. And in that folder, there are several other folders for each project. This makes it much simpler because usually if I work on a specific project, then I can simply open that folder with all the things regarding this particular project instead of having to bounce off, other folders and, thinking where is that picture. So I prefer to divide per project instead of dividing per picture, videos, documents like Windows actually suggests us to do, because it's much easier if you're focusing on a particular type of project. And then within each project folder, I have more folders. Bear with me, this is the last uh, folder section thing. So basically how it goes is, in one project, let's say it's my blog, I will have a specific folder for the photos that I use in my blog, and then I have another folder for Instagram photos, like social media photos. So I tend to have one whole folder for this because there's so much, and because these photos are edited mostly compared to like the normal photos that I put on my blog. Then I have a folder for any documents, written pieces, although I don't really use that folder because most of my drafts are made on the cloud, on Google Docs, but that's for another video. And then I have another folder for multimedia like videos or audio, because sometimes I do upload an audio version of my blog, I like a podcast kind of thing. So I have a specific folder for that. So in conclusion, right, the way you can organize your offline project files is all about how you work on that project. So for me, let's say when I blog, when I focus on the social media aspect, I focus on social media only, and it's great to have one folder that's only based on social media, so that whenever I work on social media, that's the only folder I have to open, and not opening Instagram, Facebook, and everything. So this method of organizing your offline files is very task based, and the aim of that type of method is to make sure that you don't open too many tabs, too many folders at once. In all, your desktop has to be tidy when you work on a project, so that you just don't get confused and you end up wasting time looking at which tab is what I'm looking for where. Yeah, that didn't make sense, right? So you don't want your digital offline life to not make sense. It has to be straightforward. Everything that you organize has to make sense for you. You don't work to accommodate your storing, filing system. That system has to work for you. It has to make your life easier. That's the whole point of organizing your digital life. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like it, and if you want to learn more about organizing your digital life in other aspects, keep watching and subscribe.